This conference will now be recorded.
lectures at least. We will need 3 lectures for Charaka Samhita, Jwara Chikitsa Adhyay. So we will go for it. Our second session for Charaka Samhita Adhyay. Dr. Kiran, please mute your mic if possible. Okay. So Jwara Chikitsa, we are seeing about the Jwara is manifested over all the body, but its roots are in our stomach. Okay, so digestive system is mainly affected, even though it is pitta pradhana vyadhi. Okay, so it is associated with other doshas and can have different type of manifestation in human body. So we'll go through it slowly. So chapter 3, Jwara Chikitsa Adhyay, and we have seen till the indications, I think, of Virechana, we have seen about it. Okay, so if I'm, yeah, from this slide, we have to start for today. Cause of lack of sweating. Srotasam sanniruddhatvat swedam na adhigacchati swasthanat prachute chagnau prayashaha tarune jware. So person suffering from Taruna Jwara, that is the initial stage or first stage of Jwara, that will not sweat at all. Okay, because of obstruction of channels. Okay, because of obstruction of channels, and hence the sweating will not at all be there in this Taruna Jwara stage. And as the displacement of Agni is also a prior factor, we will so observe these signs that in Taruna Jwara there is not at all sweating is there. Now, clinical features of Amad Jwara, that is the first stage of Jwara, we are seeing here that the Amad Jwara is the first stage of Jwara, and it is showing different kind of symptoms such as anorexia, indigestion, heaviness in stomach, feeling of heaviness and accumulation of impurities in cardiac region, drowsiness and laziness. Now, most of the times, students are used to ask, sir, is it possible to have such kind of manifestation of different symptoms? See, friends, these all are the clinical observations which are recorded by Charaka Maharshi, and we are not at all doubting on it. There can be different kind of picture in every patient or group of patient, and that how quoted by Charaka Samhita or Charakacharya. So those clinical signs we will continue: continuous fever and with acute onset, non-elimination of dosha along with mala or the waste product, excess salivation, nausea, loss of appetite, and tasteless in mouth. So that will be the symptoms. Again, some more will be there: rigidity, numbness, and heaviness of body, excessive urination, improper formation of stool, and absence of muscle emaciation. Okay, so those will be the signs and symptoms for it. Now the clinical features for the Pachamana Jwara. So sometimes we have, Ama Jwara, Pachamana and Pakva Jwara. So we have to differentiate those symptoms, or we have to categorize the stage of the patient because of planning of treatment or the management of the treatment. Because in the Ama Jwara, some things are restricted, like Gritapana. Okay, so we have to make it Pakva Avastha, and then we can go for the other procedures. The middle stage, that is the second stage of Jwara, is nothing but the Pachamana Jwara. So the symptom is described here in 136 number verse, that is Jwara Vego Adhikas Trishna Pralapaha Shwasanam Brahmaha Mala Pravrittihi Utkleshaha Pachamanasya Lakshanam. So these are the verse or the clinical picture which is mentioned by Charaka Samhita. So what is the use to understand those symptoms? We have already discussed that the high grade fever, excess thirst, delirium, that is pralapa, dyspnea, shvasa, giddiness, that is brahma, and excessive evacuation of the west, that is the mala pravrutti, will be too much. So those are the things which are explained here. Now in some text, the verse number may be different. Accordingly, we have to interpret it. So let's it be interpreted in the word of Chakrapani Datta. If we have explained some more things, that Chakrapani Datta has explained about especially that Shut Kshamata Lagutvam cha Gatranam Mardavam Nivrittihi Ashtaho Nirama Jwara Lakshana. After that, the Nirama Jwara Lakshana are the explained, that is the third stage. Okay, so restoration of hunger, debility, lightness in the body, reduced fever, elimination of the dosha, along with the waste products from the body, conditions when the patient's body become free from ama. These features generally appears on the 8th day. Okay, so hope you all are able to listen my voice properly. Okay. Okay, the slides are not visible. Okay. Let me share the screen. Very sorry. Okay, now it will be visible for all of you. That's why I have just checked. Okay, you can call me also on my phone number, because I am used to take lectures, especially on the desktop or laptop. So my phone is free. So you can call it, because sometimes in the lecture flow, I do not understand what you are writing on chat box. Okay, anyway. So clinical features of Nirama Jwara, that is the third stage of Jwara. Shut Kshamata Lagutvam cha Gatranam Jwara Mardavam Dosha Pravrittihi Ashtaho Nirama Jwara Lakshana. So restoration of hunger, debility, lightness in the body, reduced fever, elimination of dosha, along with the waste products from the body. Now condition when the patient body becomes free from ama, this is the Nirama Jwara. Okay, and these features generally appears on the 8th day. Now that's why till 8th day we are not supposed to do Pakwa Jwara or Nirama Jwara management. So that's why these clinical observations are very important. Now Chakrapani Datta has explained that Kshut-Kshama Ityadi. Now by these symptoms, Chakrapani Datta has explained that these are the symptoms for Nirama Jwara. And even though then he explained that why these things are important, that only after 8 days you are supposed to give some remedies like Pachanam Shamaniyam Va Kashayam Payetutam. So after only the Doshapaka, you have to give some remedies or some forms of the medicine. And that's why Chakrapani Datta has given two options for us, that on the 8th day, if those symptoms, that is the restoration of hunger, etc., appears, then you are supposed to do the next procedures or the management. But if on the 8th day the doshapaka symptoms, that is the kshut kshamata ityadi, are not there, then the person is supposed to be do first doshapaka, and for that doshapaka pachaniya kashay should be used, or the remedies which are described for the pachana that are supposed to be used. And when there are the symptoms of, we can say, the Niramajwara, that the dosha pachan as is happen, then you are supposed to give Shamaniya Kashaya, that is the Jwaranashak Kashaya. So this is the Chakrapani Datta speciality, because in some patient it may happen that On the 8th day, doshapaka or niramajvara lakshan may not be there, and the physician may start immediately that Jwara Nashak or Shaman Chikitsa. So it is not supposed to be. So that is the Chakrapani Datta advice. Then again, he has also quoted the reference from the Kharanad Acharya. That in Kharanad, that the reference says that if Niramatva is not at all there, in verse he said, Nacha nihi saptatai vaika niramajwara lakshanam chirad apihi pachante sannipata jware malaha saptaratrati vrittim cha kshamatadi cha lakshanam tasmad etadvayam društva niramam jwaram adishet. That means Kharanad has quoted that after the 7 days, if the Niramajwara symptoms are not there and Sannipata Jwara you are supposed to be there, if suppose that Sannipata Jwara symptoms are there, then the physician is supposed to be treat him or her that after 7 days only symptomatic treatment. Whatever the symptoms are appearing, accordingly the physician should go for it. Because Karanada reference is important here. Why? Because sometimes we to appear the symptoms of Niramajvara, it is not necessary to go for 8 days. Sometimes it may appear on the 3rd or 4th day also. That is the thing which is Karanad reference is quoted by here. That you can go for on the 3rd, 4th day also. If the symptoms are there appear, that the clinical signs are important, the period doesn't matter. Now, why the period is referred here? Period is as a benchmark. Okay, so it is not hard and fast that we should stuck with this dosha pravrutti ashtavo. Okay, so again, Acharya Sushrut has also mentioned remedies or the formulations before 8 days also. Okay, so here in Sushrut Uttar Tantra Adhyay or the chapter 39 number, Arvag apicha deyam sat bheshajam dosha pakataha. Okay, that Sushruta has quoted that if before 8 days the symptoms are there of dosha paka, that is the Niramajwara symptoms, then you can go for the remedies, Jwara, Shamak, Kashaya, etc. Okay, so it is like that. Now precautions at Navajwara, initial stage. So what are those symptoms? Navajware divaswapna, snana abhyangan maithunam, krodha pravata vyayaman, kashayanscha vivarjayet. Now this Navajwara, that is the Taruna Jwara, or the first stage or the initial stage of the Jwara, one should avoid those things at all. Okay, and those things are daytime sleep, divaswap, bath, that is the then the massage, that is the abhyanga, which is explained as a daily regime in dinacharya, heavy to digest food, maithuna, that is the sexual intercourse, anger, direct exposure to the wind, exercise, and kashaya. Now this kashaya word we have to use in two meanings. Kashaya is for decoction also, and kashaya is for test also. Okay, so Chakrapani Datta has explained for this that Saushadam cha Kriya Kramam iti. That means whatever Sa Aushada Kriya Krama is explained before. That means whatever described before, that apradhana, that is apradhana which is explained. And the Kriya Krama which is explained henceforth can be taken it in detail. That is Kriyayaha Chikitsayaha Kramaha Paripati. That means Kriya Kram, if it is Paripati, that Atha word is there, and that it means If the food is taken by the person and after that the heaviness is there, that means the food is not digested properly, then that is the stage which is called as a Navajwara. Now Haritha has explained that Navajware Vyavayadi Pratyekam Doshakopanam Guru Na Bhojanani Cha Api Vishtambo Doshakopanam. As well as the Jatukarna has quoted something also here. In short, that Guru, that is heavy to digest food, should be avoided at all. Okay, so the different opinions are also given here, and whatever that Saushadham Kriyakramam iti, that is this verse or the part of the verse is in the verse number 7, and it has explained the details. Okay, so for some people it might be a little bit lengthy to take quotations of Chakrapani Datta, but we should not go only for the translation, and that's why we are elaborating it, because the reason or the logical explanation we can understand better from Chakrapani Datta comment. Now contraindications for Langana, that is Langan, you know, that is fasting. So Jware Langanam Evadav Upadishtam Vrute Jwara, Upadishtam Vrute Jwara, Kshaya Anila Bhaya Krodha, Kama Shokha Shramodbhava. So that Langana or fasting is specially prescribed in the first stage, that is it Navajwara, Tarunajwara or first stage of Jwara. But some exceptions are there that you are not supposed to go for Langana, or you should not prescribe, advise Langana. That is Kshaya, Vata dominant Jwara, fear, anger, passion, grief, and physical exertion. So that is the thing. Now, benefits of Langana. Why it is useful, why it is recommended, that is also in detail explained. Langhanena kshayam nite doshe sandukshite anile vijjuratvam lagutvam cha shuchaiva asya upajayate prana virodhina chayanam langhanena upapadayet baladhishtanam arogyam yadartho ayam kriyakramaha. Okay, so these are the words in which we observe all the effects of Langana, what Langan exactly does. So Langana reduces aggravated doshas and it stimulates the Agni. Okay. So as a result, which the Jwara will subside definitely and body will become light, and the Agni or the digestive power, appetite of the person will be restored. So Langana should be performed to the extent that it does not hamper the vitality of the strength of the individual. It's still that much you have to go. So Purusham Viksha. So it will not be generalized law that 8 days you have to go for Langana. It is not like that. Okay. So again, the stages according to the strength of that patient, one will have. One will prescribe the Langana period also, or the type of Langana. Because fasting also a Langana type. Koshna Chalapani is also a Langana type, or giving some easily or light for digestion foods like gruel, peya, ityadi. So those will be also a kind of Langana. So aim of all these measures to regain health, which also dependent on physical maintenance, spiritual strength. So that is the thing. So for this verse, especially Langanene Kshamnite Doshe Sandukshite Anile, Chakrapani Datta has explained that Prana Avirodhin iti. That means you should not neglect the strength of the person whom we are giving the Langana. So Langan should be administered only according to the strength of that person. That is the Prana Avirodhin is the meaning explained by Chakrapani Datta. Virodaha cha atikshaya karatvena iha uchyate. So prana virodhi, that the virodha word is explained here by Chakrapani Datta, that the physician should observe that much extent the Langana should be administered till there will not be virodha for atikshaya. Okay, avirodhi for atikshaya. So arogyam balavat eva bhavati iti. So when the person will achieve the health, then the person will have strength. Okay. So here the disease is there. So already the person doesn't have bala or the strength. That's why we should be very careful for administering or the advising langhana especially. Yaditi anena arogyam pravrutti avamrshati. And that's why to get the health or to achieve the health, the aim is to achieve the health. So we should not go for remedies or such a procedures or the therapies that will uh, deteriorate the situation of the patient. Okay, so that is the advice of Chakrapani Datta. Now, benefits of Langana that we have seen. The first, now the management principle of the Jwara or the line of principle of management, line of treatment or Chikitsa Sutra. What it is? Langanam Swedanam Kalo Yavagu Stiktako Rasaha Pachanani Avipakwanam Doshanam Tarunechwara. So first Langan, that is the fasting, then Svedan, fermentation, Kala, that is the certain period we have to wait, Yavagu, that is the medicated different gruels, Tiktarasa drugs, that is the bitter test, because we know that the main vitiated dosha is pitta here, and that's why to balance it, the bitter test is the best one. All digestive enhancers of avipaka dosha, that is untransformed, are prescribed in Tharuna Jwara, that is the initial stage of Jwara. Pachanani avipakvanam doshanam Tarune Jwara. So all digestive enhancer, that is the Pachana Chikitsa, is supposed to be administered in Taruna Jwara. Chakrapani Datta, we have quoted in the slide here also, Pachanani aha langanam ityadi. Kala iti ashtaha. Tiktako raso atra yavagu paniya adi संस्कारस्त्वेन ज्ञेयाः स्वतंत्र भेषज प्रयोग रूपेण तरुणे ज्वरे निषिद्ध एव. That is भेषजम hi आमदोषश्च भूयो ज्वलयति ज्वरम. That means in taruna jwara, amajwara, it is at all avoided that the actual the medicine form intake by mouth, because appetite or the digestive power is already reduced, and that's why pachan should be of a type that is langhan ityadi. Okay, and tikta rasa should be used in the form of light food. Okay, not directly as a churna or vati, that is in the tarunechware. So next to that, we have here various drinks for the management of thirst. The person has a very thirsty situation. Why? Because of hotness in the body, and body will naturally try to balance it by producing, we can say thirst or trishna. So for that, if we will give a normal water for that person, trishna, then that person will be not satisfied his thirst. Otherwise, the person will have a very much problem with the digestion again. Because we know Ayurveda don't have the concept that the water is just intake. However, or whatever we want, that much we can take. Whatever we will take by mouth, that is supposed to be digested. Okay, so that care we have to take. So let's see what's the problem is here now. Okay, दृश्यते सलिलं चोष्णं दद्याद् वातकफे ज्वरे मध्योते पैतिके चाथ शीतलं तिक्तकै श्रितं दीपनं पाचनं चैव ज्वरघ्नं उभयं हि तत् स्रोतसां शोधनं बल्यं रुचिस्वेदकरं श्रियम्. So if the patient feels thirsty, that should be given a particular form of water. And that we know that the Shadanga Paniya, etc., famous remedies comes under this chapter or the point. So if the patient feels thirsty, that should be given only hot water if the Vata Kapha aggravation is more, or Vata Kapha Jwara is there. In other words, we can say that If the person is having Vata Kapha origin type of fever, we have to give hot water. If the Pitta dominance is there, what we can give? That we can give specially intake of or the Pitta intake, sorry, dominant fever or alcohol intake. Due to alcohol intake, the fever is there. Then such a case, water boiled with bitter drugs must be given. Like bitter simple we can say guduchi, Tinospora cordifolia. Now, if both, that is Deepan and Pachan together along with the Joragna, can be given, especially for cleansing the channels of circulation, that is the Srotasa, and it will promote the strength, appetite, sweating, and auspiciousness of the body. Now, what is this? About especially Musta Parpata Ushira Chandanodit Chanagarehi Shrutashitam Jalam Deyam Pipasa Jwara Shantaye. So, what is this? This is nothing but about the Shadanga Pani. So patient should be given water cooled after boiling it with certain herbs such as musta, parpat, ushir, chandan, udicha. Udicha is a type of vada, that is Vitiveria zizonidis, or some people do say the Krishna ushira or Krishna vala also, and nagar, that is nothing but Vishwabeshar, that is dry ginger. So it will pacify the thirst as well as this kind of water, or we can say medicated water or a medicated tea will be useful to balance Jwara also. So this will be the water as a medicine. So food as a medicine. So Chakrapani Datta has elaborated this as the Amapachaka Jala. This is nothing but the Amapachaka Jala. अत्र श्रुतशीतं जलं दद्यात् इति. So Shrutashita, this is supposed to be, Shrutashita means it's not that the decoction type of medicine you have to use here, because if the decoction, the boiling is more kind of medicinal proper will be extracted to that water in the kwatha or the decoction form. And that's why in that decoction form it will be heavy for digestion. And that's why Chakrapani Datta has elaborated that this is not supposed to, Shruta Shita doesn't mean that the decoction process, okay, but it is supposed to be the other kind of form of basic fundamental principles such as Fanta or Hima. So here the Fanta should be taken, and that's why that time यद अप्सु श्रुत शीतासु षडंगादि प्रयुज्यते कर्षमात्रं ततो द्रव्यं साधयेत् प्रास्तिकं प्रास्तिके अंभसि अर्धश्रुतं प्रयोक्तव्यं पाने पेयादि संविधौ. So Chakrapani Datta has mentioned about the proportion also, that each herb should be taken as one karsha quantity, that is the one tola, nothing but the approximately 10 grams each, and it should be deep into 640 ml of water, and it should be boiled on low flame. And when it will be ardhavasishtam, for Kwatha it is explained 1/8, okay, ek ashtamansh. But here Chakrapani Datta has given the remedy that it should be boiled half, that is the 320 ml in this proportion, and then it should be the flame should be off, and then it should be filtered and used. And this remedy Shadanga Paniya can be used by cooked by this way or processed by this way for as a drink to pacify the thirst, as well to cook some other remedies for it, from it, like gruel, etc. So this water should be used. Samskarita Jala Prayog is expected here by Chakrapani Datta for even though cooking also for Jwara patient. Okay. Now next, the Vaman indications are explained in the case of fever. So when the Vaman is explained, if the stage is of Kapha dominant or Amashe Utklishta state. Utklishta dosha, that is the dosha which are eager to come out, and doshas are in Amashe. Then it is supposed to be Vaman, the therapeutic M.S. Now If anupasthita dosha, that is the utklishta dosha, are not there, then Langana is expected here. Chakrapani Datta has explained kapha pradhano esham te kapha pradhanaha. So the person in which there is more kapha or kapha dominant personality. So the prakriti is of kapha or the stage is of kapha dominance, then both can be treated with Vaman. Utklishtan iti. Now how we can say the doshas are utklishta? If the person is feeling nausea especially, हिंदी में उसे मिचली कहते हैं, मळमळत मराठीत आपण म्हणतो. That is supposed to be the stage in which Vaman should be administered. Amashaya Sthitan iti. The third stage is explained that Amashaya Sthita dosh. So we know that the doshas are wandering or scattered here and there in the body. But if the doshas are in the Amashaya especially, and which we can observe by the symptoms that the doshas are in Amashaya by, especially if the person feeling vomiting like sensation or just nausea, then it is also a sign that the doshas are in Amashaya. So that is also a stage. Jwara kara nityanena, jwara kara anityanena. That is that Navajwara. That is the first stage of initial stage of the fever. That is also explained. Okay. So kale iti. That is the nirdishte kale. Now vamanaihi iti. That vaman शब्द यहाँ पे जो प्रयुक्त किया गया है, if the word vaman is explained either that is a tritiya and vamanaihi, that is the bahuvachan. So it is the tritiya bahuvachan, and that's why prakriti bala we have to observe or we have to analyze, and accordingly wherever necessary the M.S therapy can be given according to necessity. It is not just one time, it can be used for multiple times also. So that is the thing. Now woman has some complications which are described here also, so that we have to take care of. बुद्ध्वा ज्वरकरान काले वम्यानां वमनैः हिते. So that anupasthita dosha, if suppose are there and physician had administered Vaman, so that will lead to complications. So that is Vaman Upadrav. Not that the stage, if Kapha Pradhana, Amashaya Sthita and Utklishta dosha, this is the proper stage. In this stage you have administered Vaman, then there will be no problem. But if this stage is not there and you have administered the Vaman, then it will definitely lead to complications such as Rudrog, Shwas, Anaham, Moha. So Rudrogam, Shwasam, Anaham, Moham cha Janayet Brusham. Sarva Dehanuga Sama Dhatusta Asu Nirharaha Dosha Phalanam Amanam Swarasa iti Satmayaha. So adverse effects of these emetic therapies are described here for especially Taruna Jwara, and that are explained by their a very we can say fatal disease like heart disease, asthma, then obstruction in the movement of the flatus or the feces or the intestine, colons, and then moha, that is the unconsciousness. Even the patient became unconsciousness. Now here we must have to take help of Chakrapani Datta. That Chakrapani Datta has explained that Sarva Dehanuga iti, that the doshas will spread into a small capillaries, tvacha, etc. Sama iti samatvena tsyanaha prachalascha. That means if the doshas are very lean, in Sanskrit it is called lean, aprachalita. That means the doshas are very sthira. In that stage only, they are not ready to move. Dhatu stha iti. So that doshas will embed into the dhatus or the tissues if they are not in the paka stage. Okay. Only after paka or pachana chikitsa that doshas will remove or will, we can say, move from the tissues. Na sukhena nirhyante iti. So if the doshas are in amavastha, it is not able to move it properly. Asun pranam nirharanti iti. Asur nirharaha. That means if the woman is administered in apakva sthiti, or if the doshas are not upasthita, amashaya sthita, utkrishta, then that will be lead to even death. And that's why asun prana nirharanti, that the word is explained by asuniraraha. Okay, so that is the Chakrapani, that the commentary over this, especially on this verse. Now, post woman protocol, that after woman, what care one has to take care. We know that the samsarjan kram, etc., we have to follow. But even though, especially here, the Yavagus are explained here, and that Yavagu is nothing but the thick gruel. Okay, that is after Peya, the Yavagu is there. Peya is a little bit thin one. Okay, or we can say liquid gruel, in which water portion is more. So I will not go to the verse, we will directly go to the explanation of this verse. That is, this helped for elimination, especially anuloma, that is the elimination and downward movement, especially of platters, urine, feces, and dosha. Being liquid and hot. Now, the logical explanation is given here how that Yavagu is useful to balance the doshas or vitiation of dosha. So being liquid and hot, they are also useful for sweating. So it causes sweating, in which we can say the obstruction of the channels of sweat is there, and this gruel will help to for sweating, that is removing the obstruction in the channel. That is the srotasa. So srotorod, it will be, we can say srotorod will be cleared by this gruel. Being watery in nature, they also alleviate thirst. Okay, so the water portion is more, so that's why Trishna will be also satisfied indirectly. Due to their nourishing property as a diet, they sustain the prana, that is the vitality, and cause light stains in the body because of their laxative property. They bring down the jwara and are also helpful for wholesome and also wholesome, that is the perfect diet for Jwara patients. Okay, so now which kind of that the things we have explained here, that is also summarized in this slide, that it should be it is medicated, that's why it is light for digestion, and it is also improving the digestive power, that is it is deepen also, and pachan also. Those and the waste products also will be done by the specifically balanced by the anuloman process. It is liquid, then the hot, that we have said Sweda Janak, Trishna Shamak, Prana Hitakar. It creates Sharir Laghuta, and that's why Satmya, because it is in the food form, and that's why it is uh, helpful to reduce the Jwara. Now, which are contraindications for Yavagu? Especially if the Jwara is specially due to intake of alcohol, Madatte disease, or the persons whom are taking daily alcohol. If the stage is of Pitta and Kapha dominance more in this stage, Grishma Rutu and Urdhvaga Rakta Pitta like epistaxis, these are the contraindication stages for the Yavagu specially. Now, in those stages, Madhyotha, Jwara, Madatyaya, daily alcohol taking persons, now these are not eligible for administration of Yavagu. Then what should be the option? For those, the option is Tarpana. Now, Tatra Tarpanam Evagre Prayojam Laj Saktubihi Jwarapayahi Phayarasai Yuktam Samadhu Sarkara. So, those are the things that this kind of Tarpan can be given. Okay, after Tarpan, that person is supposed to be analyzed for the strength and the satmya, and accordingly, a very light or thin mudgayush, that is the soup of green gram, that is मुगाचं कडण, jangal pashu pakshi मांस रस with the cooked rice can be taken, and especially to develop the taste in the mouth, that the Danta Dhavan is specially explained. And that Danta Dhavan is for Mukha purpose, that is to clean the mouth, to develop the taste, and to feel the taste properly. After Danta Dhavan, then Mastu, that is a very light kind of, we can say, buttermilk, Ikshu Rasa, Madhya, okay, it should be administered with the food. So these are the guidelines, especially for those that the diet, mouth cleansing, and the toothbrush, which we have just discussed in previous slide, that are all in verse form. So Pachanam Shamaniyam va Kashayam Payed Bishak Dvaritam Shadhe Atite Lagu Annam Pratibheshja Bhojitam. So Jwara patient after 6 days and having been given light diet to eat should be administered decoctions. Now actually the decoction or the kashaya pana is explained here. Now this kashaya pana can be in the form of especially whatever we are going to see, that is pachana or shamana kind of thing. Now this kashaya pana, that is the kwatha kada, is contraindicated in especially of astringent drugs in Tarunajwar. Then the doshas do not undergo paka because of kashaya administration, because it get adult due to stickiness, then leads to the onset of Vishamajwara can be happen due to kashaya pana in the Tarunajwara. Now kashaya, as we have discussed, having two meanings. Kashaya is the astringent test as well as kashaya is the decoction. So both things one has to avoid. Okay. So this was about the kashaya pana. That is that the kashaya is not at all advised. Shadhe atite. Okay. So over this Shadhe atite, commentary of Chakrapani Datta has explained that the day on which the Jwara onset was there, after that the 6 days have passed, then on the 7th day, by confirming the quantity or the matra, the person can be allowed to eat a very light food for digestion can be taken. And on the 8th day, the Kashaya Pana is advised. Now, Kashaya Pana here is again the astringent test or the decoction in the form of either Pachan or Shamaniya is advised. So before we have seen that the 8 days one is not supposed to give, because in that 8 days the doshas are in the form of, we can say, Ama or Sama, or we can say Pachamana Avastha, and that's why Chakrapani Datta has explained that it can be used Pachanam Shamaniyam va Kashayam Payayet Shadhe Atite, that means on after 8th day. Okay, so after proper analysis of the digestive strength of that person. After that, the Yusha indication is given here. Yushaihi amlaihi anamlaihi va jangalaihi va rasaihi dashaham yavadashniyat langu annam jwara chantai. So the yush or the soup indications are given. See here, first they have used shukadhanya, that is in the form of especially gruel. Okay, that is the peya and yavagu. And after that, the super is advised or yusha is advised, which is of dvidala dhanya, or we can say the lentils are advised to consume because they are a little bit heavy for digestion. So light diet along with yusha, that is the soup prepared from specially vegetables and pulses, and especially the soup or rasa of meat, mangsa rasa of animals, especially from the arid regions, are used for the elevation of jwara. So it is supposed to be on the up to 10th day, means 8 to 10th day again is the period for this yusha. Now amla things can be added or not be added to yusha. So the we can say freedom is given to you. If somebody wants to add the sour taste, is allowed to add. If somebody don't want, he or she cannot add. Now the next thing is a very famous things, always frequently asked question, that the indications and contraindications of intake of ghee. Okay, especially in Jwara. So this is not about the Taruna Jwara. Okay, it is about the Jirna Jwara always. Now what is the Jirna Jwara? That is the third stage. अतः ऊर्ध्वं कफे मंदे वातपित्तोत्तरे ज्वरे परिपक्वेषु दोषेषु सर्पिष्पानं यथा अमृतम. So that is the urdhva and manda kapha. That means especially here the Chakrapani Datta explain about this stage, that after 10 days, Gritapana is advisable. And that's why Chakrapani Datta feels that Ata Ityadi, whatever the verse is explained, that Kafe Mande iti Kapakshina Avastha. Okay. And Vata Pitta is dominant. So the Avastha should be of Manda Kapha, that the less Kapha, but Vata Pitta dominant. In that kind of Jwara, this ghee administration is advised. And the Chakrapani Datta feel paripakveshu dosheshu. That means himself he explained that this stage should be of paripakva dosha avastha, means nirama avastha. So only in nirama avastha the cow ghee or the medicated ghee is advised. And contraindications definitely are kafaja jwara and alanghita rugna, that is the amad jwara. So, and the medicated recipes are explained: Vasadigrita, Baladigrita, Pippaladigrita, etc. Now, after that, the indications of milk are also explained. What these are the indications of the milk, especially that Daha Trishna Paritasya Vata Pittotvaram Jwaram Baddha Prachutta Dosham Va Niramam Payasa Jaye. So, following conditions should be given for milk administration. That is again Nirama stage. Especially excessive burning sensation and thirst symptoms are there. Vata Pitta kind of predominance is there. And dosha either Baddha or Prachuta. Baddha means they are static in stage and slightly dislodged. So Chakrapani Datta has explained that Daha Ityadi, that this verse has explained about the milk consumption advice, the stage. Baddha Prachuta Dosham Va iti. That itself mentioned that dosha baddha sthiti, that is, the doshas are not eager to come out, that is supposed to be. Or in other sense, Chakrapani Datta explained that we have to consider this stage as a malavarod or the constipation. Now, what we have to take meaning of prachuta dosh? That means the doshas which are coming out of body in very less form. In that stage, that is the prachuta dosha stage. In other thing, we can other way we can take it as atisara avastha. So that is the thing which are explained. Now we will see the properties of kshira which are explained here. Purishe grathite pathyam tatha atisare cha pathyam. Sutra Sthan, first chapter. So if the fecal material is grathita, that is obstructed, or it is the doshas are moving out in the form of atisara, in both stages the milk is useful, definitely cow milk. Now this dosha baddhata or malabaddha avastha, the gavyakshira or the cow milk will be act as a laxative. And in prachuta avastha, that is the atisara avastha, in this stage we have to go for alternative for the cow milk, that is the goat milk. and that goat milk is supposed to be used in this stage. So this is the reading between the lines we have to understand. Now indications of Virechana we will give here. These are the things one should go for Virechana. Woman we have already discussed in detail. Kriyabhihi, Rabhihi, Prashamam na prayati yada jvaraha akshinabalamansaagnehe shamayatam Virechanaihi. Now here Kriyabhi Rabhihi, that is nothing but Jwara which is supposed to be treated with Virechana. That stages are explained here. In short, we will see that the Virechana will give elevation of doshas provided that the patient is neither emaciated, weak, depleted of muscle tissue, or has not reduced the digestive power. In this stage only, Virechana is supposed to be administered. That's why Virechanaihi itihi. Chakrapani Datta explained that again here is the Bahuvachan. So this Bahuvachan का जो मीनिंग है यहाँ पे कैसे लेना चाहिए हमने, तो उभयम अपि दोष मल विरेचनाद विरेचन शब्दम लभ्यते, कल्पस्थान फर्स्ट चैप्टर. सो ऊर्ध्व or adha, that means upward or downward, whatever the way the doshas are ready to expel, that is explained by this word virecha we have seen before. And as well, in less quantity, more times the dosha should be removed from the body. So again here the two ways are explained for Bahuvachan, that Virechanahi means Ubhaya Marga, Adho Marga, that is woman and the Virechan, that is the emesis and purgation, both way. And the second meaning that in less quantity, more frequently, the doshas should be removed or eliminated in the form of shodhan or by the way of shodhan. Okay, so indications of niruha basti, that is the enema of decoction priorly, are explained. Vaman and Virechan is not useful in the patient, especially in which avastha, Vata Pradhana avastha it will be. To remove their malad by administration of milk or niruha should be done. And when doshas are in paripakva stage, the niruha immediately promotes the strength and the power of the digestion, alleviates fever and causes happiness and brings relish for food. That is, the person can have food, have a desire for the food. Then the purgation in the form of srausam, that is the light purgation, eliminates kapha mainly and kapha pitta dosha from the pitta ashaya. That means this should be the stage that the purgation eliminates kapha and kapha pitta. So if the disease is from kapha mainly, kapha origin and kapha pitta origin, then it is more useful. Basti eliminates all three doshas lost in pakvashe, or the doshas are in pakvashe, that is the third stage. Now after Niruha Basti, the indications of Anuvasana Basti we will see. ज्वरे पुराणे संक्षीणे कफपित्ते दृढाग्नये रुक्षबद्ध पुरुषाय प्रदद्यात् अनुवासनम, प्रदद्यात् अनुवासनम. Especially Jware Purane, that is the chronic type of fever, Jirna Jwara, Anuvasan Basti is supposed to be used. And the stages are explained when the kapha and pitta are elevated, when there is a strong power of digestion, when unanxiousness, that is rukshata, is too much in the body, and baddhatva, that is the obstruction of mala, is there, then this anuvasan basti must be administered. So specific conditions of the patient are described for shodhana therapies, whether it is Vaman, Virechan, Basti, that is the Niruha Basti or Anuvasan Basti. Later on also Raktamokshan is described in Karnamula Shotha. Okay, so that is at the last chapter or last points we are going to explain it. It may be in the third lecture. So here we are summarizing that Virechan is explained in the Pitta or Kapha Pitta, Pitta Shayagata Dosha Sthiti. We have to administer Virechan, Basti, especially Pakvashaya Sthita. All three doshas can be vitiated or removed. Then Anuvasan Basti, especially in chronic fever or Jirna Jwara, and Kapha Pitta Kshina Avastha. Okay. Then also Jatha Agni, that the digestive power should be more strong. Then Mala should be dry, that is the Baddha Avastha, constipation stage. Now the next here in the slow verse number 173 and 174, in some texts the number might be different. That is Gaurave Shirasaha Shule Vibadeshu Indriyeshu Cha Jirnajware Ruchikaram Kuryad Murdha Virechanam. So Murdha Virechan is a synonym for the nasya or different kind of nasal administration. So patients suffering from the chronic type of fever especially is supposed to be treated with nasya in the conditions heaviness in head, pain in head, impaired sensoria, that is the sense organs are not working properly, and to develop the test. That is the utility of nasya here in case of fever especially. Okay, so Chakrapani Datta has clearly here mentioned that the Sirovirechon or nasya is administered specially in the stages in which Sirasa iti Shirasaha. That means if the Shirogaurav, that is the heaviness in the head is there, in such kind of the stages, it must be administered. Chakrapani Datta has mentioned about the next slide, that is about the Bahiparimarjan, that is the external application. He has explained that the previous all where Chakrapani Datta has explained that Abhyangaha cha ityadi, sorry, are explaining about now external applications or external therapies. But before that, all were the Antaparimarjan Chikitsa. So Pradeha Samanyana Bahalo Abahalascha Lepa Iha Griyate. So Abhyanga, that is the massage. The Pradeha is nothing but the thick or thin, both kind of packs or the applications. Lepa is Pradeha. Chakrapani Datta is explaining. Okay, so Shlashna Pishta Ghano Lepaha Chandanasyapi Dahakrit. That means in Chikitsa Sthana Adhyay or the chapter 30, he has explained, Charaka has explained that even though Chandan is, we can say, pasted in the form of a very thin, but if we have given a thick kind of pack, it will produce daha, burning sensation. Chandan is supposed to reduce daha, burning sensation. But if the methodology for applying it is supposed to be thin, if we will no very thick लेपा, जाड लेप जर आपण घातला तर चंदनाचा बारीक अगदी केलेला लेप जरी असला तरी तो दाह निर्माण करतो असं 30व्या अध्यायात चरकाचार्य सांगतात. आणि त्यामुळं प्रदेह जो आहे याचा अर्थ जाड आणि पातळ लेप, both the thick and the thin pack should be here administered, but according to the use it should be preferred dilute, that is the tanu lepa. Okay, so accordingly we have to take meanings. Jwara gets alleviated instantly with this Bahiparimarjan Chikitsa, as well feeling of ease in the body along with promotion of health and complexion. Jirna Jwara gets elevated by Dhupana also. The fumigation and Anjana, that is Polirium, is also advised here. Jwara located in the skin specially and exogenous in nature, or the types can be treated with the same. Okay, so specially we can see here the Lepa, then Abhyanga, that is external application of oil, then dhupana, that is the fumigation, and anjana, these external applications are advised here. Now next to that, various dietary articles used in the treatment of jwara we are going to see here, especially raktashali, shashtishali type of purana, that is a preserve for at least 1 year, that are supposed to be used for dietary articles or preparation food of jwara patient. Then it should be given in the form of Yavagu, that is the gruel, odana, boiled rice, laja, as these mitigated jwara of the patient. So these are the things which are supposed to be for eating purpose that are advised. Now these are the food items, that is Raktashali, Shashtishali, and they are supposed to be Puran. And the forms should be used Yavagu, Odan, Laja, etc. Now the 10 Yavagus are explained here for Jwara, and these are always frequently asked question. Again here we are observing here for the Jwara special, and they are explained in these two slides specially for Jwara. Now these Jwara are the Pimpali, Shunthi, Kwatha plus Lajapeya, and the Avastha should be of it, that Kwatha, Kshuddha and Mandagam. Again, the second, that the Amla Dadim Nagar Sadhita Peya, and it will be used in the patient which are Amla Bhilashi, which like the sour taste. Third, Amla Dadim Sadhit Purvokta Peya, that is the Pippali Shuddhi Kwatha plus Laja Peya, like that. And it should be administered with Madhu, and it is expected to give in Pitta Jwara or Atisara stage. Then Kokshur, Gokshur and Kantakari Sadhita Raktashali Peya. Now, what means by Sadhita? Here, Amla Sadhita, Voksur Kantakari Sadhita, Amla Dadim Nagar Sadhita. Sadhita means the water which is used for to make the large, Peya or Yavagu, that is supposed to be medicated with those herbs. Like we have seen in the Shadanga Paniya, that is the 640 ml, okay, of water is supposed to be, and the 6 ingredients are there, so it will be 60 grams. So 60 grams is boiled with the 640 ml of water, and 320 ml of water will be remained, and that water is filtered, or the decoction is filtered, and is supposed to be used to make peya or yavar. Okay, that is the sadhita word. That means the medicated water is supposed to be used to make these food articles. Then the next fifth is Krishniparni, Bala, Bilva, Shunthi, Utpala, Dhanya. That decoction is supposed to be used with to make the peya, and that is supposed to be treated with Dadimaswaras. So it will be useful in Jwaratisara. Okay. Then the sixth is Vidari Gandhadikana Dravya Dwara Siddha Yavagu, and it will be useful in the stage Agni Deepak, that is the digestive, which enhance the digestion, and it will produce the sweat also, as well as cough, asthma, and the hiccup. That kind of symptom having fever can be treated with this Vidari Gandhadi Yavagu. Then Pippali Amalaki, that can be used, and especially more quantity of ghee must be used, especially in the stage for obstruction of feces, that is constipation or malabaddhata, and the fever actually. Then the next eighth is Mridvika, that is the resin, black resin especially. Pippali Mula, Chavya, Amalaki, Shunthi, those herbs are used to make peya in the stage of constipation, as well as the pain in the abdomen stage of fever. Okay, or the fever with the constipation and abdomen pain in abdomen. Then Bala, Vrikshamla, Kola, Kalshi, Dhavani, that kind of kwatha is supposed to be used with Bilva, that is especially 9 number Yavagu, and that is supposed to be used in the fissure or the fever with fissure symptom. Then if the symptoms are, or the stage is that they're not having sweating, thirst is there, and the person is not having sleep, that is insomnia, and that kind of fever patient can be given with the Yavagu, with Shunthi, Amalaki, and those especially Gritavrishta. This peya should be of Gritavrishta, means whatever by the Shastishali or Raktashali are used, that are supposed to be fried with cow ghee, and that are supposed to be used with. Okay, so I think we have to stop here for today. Okay, and we will go for the next lecture naming part. Okay, so see here, we are giving here the glimpses of Charakacharya. Online lectures, it is not possible for the class lectures to give word to word or every Chakrapani Datta commentary we can see here, but we are trying to take it. Okay, so today we will stop for here for today's lecture, and next to that we will go for the remaining part. Okay, now we will take